We haven't been together in a group, for over 25 years, really. So
Yeah.
to do something like this, as you know, there's 5 different personalities.
The reason that brought you all together, right, is this holiday collection for the Children's Place. Like, explain what it is and how this came to be.
Just for me personally, I've been a fan of the Children's Place for years. I've been shopping there for both my girls. They love the clothes, the vibe. It's just a really positive, family friendly. It's for everyone, and for us to be able to join with the Children's Place as dads, to bring our kids in, to make amazing memories, with such a beautiful campaign for the holidays has been a dream come true. And now we all get to be matchy-matchy with our kids in our cute little Christmas pajamas. Like, I've always wanted to go matchy-matchy with my family, and we never have. Now we can, and we will. So I'm looking forward to it. And it was just a great time on set, all 4 of us just chilling with our kids. Our kids were all having a blast. My oldest daughter now has a bestie with Joey's daughter. They're talking all the time now. So, this has just been a great experience. So,
yeah, I think for all of us too, it's the first time we've ever kind of done a lot of things with our kids, or, in that kind of retrospect. And it's so funny and dynamic to see everybody else's kids. And especially for me, since, I go speak, I know Juan has older ones though as well, but for me, mine was, I have an older one, 22, but my 13-year-old, it's kind of cool to see her doing this again. She's kind of awkward about it, and she's 13, and Children's Place is still goes all the way up until ages 14, which is great. And I think, again, what AJ was saying, the cool thing about it is we get to have the same pajamas as them, because PJ Place has the same stuff. So now we can wear the reindeer one. And again, I've worn many things with my family that match. So this is a freaking bonus for me, to knowing that we've had these, especially the reindeer ones that I have, though. They're dope. We are using them for Christmas, by the way. 100% we are.
I thought it was amazing. I mean, just the fact that we were all able to get together and do this with our children. My daughter is a 6-month-old, and it was hilarious trying to get her to react and interact. But it's a 6 month. If she want to eat, she's gonna eat. If she wants to sleep, she's gonna sleep. So, but just how cute she looks when I look at those pictures, it makes me not be able to wait till the future when she's old enough to say, that was me, so that's one of the things that really felt good. And just the energy, man. The energy was amazing. It wasn't the holiday, but it felt like it. And I was like, this is crazy. The set, everything was amazing. Children's Place really did an incredible job on this campaign.
And it was like 96 degrees out that day. So, yeah, it was like, you're like walking in sandals, and then you're putting on pajamas, and Juan is spot on. It felt like Christmas.
They sent me a sample, and I tried it on, and this is like...
Is that the black? That's the black one, right?
That's the black and white one, yeah.
This is great.
Did you bring it with you?
I'm wearing them.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That was wild, seeing you guys on stage at the VMAs, and you got the Trolls, song out there too. How fun was that, getting everybody together again?
It was a blast, obviously. Getting all 5 of us in a room together is pretty difficult. It took us 10 years to do that one last night. But it was kind of bittersweet because, we did have bigger plans for this song, but unfortunately there is a SAG strike, and in solidarity with WGA and SAG, we're not able to promote the so-called film and song. So even at the VMAs, we were supposed to perform it.
As of right now, I think the song's gonna come out. We don't even know. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear, I guess, in a sense. And I know that there's a lot of other things that everybody has lined up at the moment. So I think if we seize the day at some point, hopefully there'll be a conversation. But we haven't had the conversation yet to go, hey, are we going to do this? This was honestly just to really get us reacquainted. We haven't been together in a group, for over 25 years, really. So to do something like this, as you know, there's 5 different personalities, 5 different families now you're involved with. So it's just a lot of different things. And then musically, everybody's minds are all different places as well. So now you got to creatively get back together and figure out what will work. Yeah, could we go back to our old sound? But we don't want that. That's why with this song, it's hopefully giving us, let's find out what the next legacy, what the next leg might be, or something like that. Basically, it's just the next thing.
We just wrapped up a 217 show, 44 country tour We are a little pooped. We're taking a well-needed break, but actually, when we get back together next week, we're going to start talking about next year. We are definitely going to make new music. Don't necessarily know if it's going to be a full album, because you don't really necessarily need full albums anymore these days.
Yeah.
But we are going to make some new music, as well as each of us are kind of doing our own thing right now. I've got my first ever solo album coming out next year in two separate parts. I know Brian's working on his second Christian record. Nick is on tour. There's definitely, everyone's doing their own thing, but we are going to get back together and, definitely have that conversation. Who knows? I mean, we're taking a nice little break right now, kind of taking a little recharge. As we like to say, letting fans go back to work and save up their money so they can go see us on the road again, because fans have come to multiple shows around the world, and it's just an honor, and we're very grateful for so. But yeah, definitely going to be new stuff from Backstreet Boys at some point. So
we are constantly working. We're always on the road. We do corporate events. We do a lot of different events all over the place. We're heading to Africa next month, Australia. We have a tour there, a festival, and we turned, I guess you could say, into a performing artist group, just because of the landscape of the music industry. When we go into the album, we literally put our heart, soul, sweat, tears, and everything into every part of what we do in the studio, because that's kind of like our nucleus, to be in there and singing together and figuring out harmonies and things like that. And the landscape of the music industry doesn't warrant that too much, but it will. We're going to wait till the climate changes a little bit, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. There's a lot of things in the works for our future. There's a possible biopic, or is it biopic or biopic? I don't know what that is, but it's biopic. One of those.
It's
words.
one of those, yeah.
People say both.
Yeah. Say both. There's a possible biopic in the future, and we're really excited. I mean, we're just happy to be 32 years in the industry and still able to make a living, still able to do things like Children's Place ads, and people consider us for things that we wouldn't normally think, but at the end of the day, I guess the brand is sellable. So but being able to kick it with these guys are literally every time I see them is the friendship gets stronger. The camaraderie gets better. We've been together enough. We've done a couple of things together. We did the after party, which was amazing. And just being around them, the energy is just off the charts. Everybody has different personalities, but we mesh. Yeah. And that's what's beautiful. That's what music does. It meshes people together and creates harmony.
And I think that's what brought us together. I mean, really, and I think that's the combination that they kind of brought us, because we have worked together in some way, shape, or form together. We all, of course, have kids as well, and it's something that we definitely take to heart. We especially with our kids, we want our kids to look good. So, with Children's Place and this stuff, because again, the same thing. It's so funny because when you talk to anybody about Children's Place that don't have kids, they're like, huh? And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know Children's Place? And I'm like, oh, wait, you don't have kids.
I've been actually purchasing Children's Place stuff for 23 years. I have a 23-year-old. I furnished her whole room with Children's Place. I have 9 kids, so Children's Place got a bank for me. I need stock. I need stock in Children's Place.
Why they got stock in the company? Y'all know.
I need
He got shares.
Hey, let's get Joe on that. I'm gonna need to buy some stock in Children's Place.
Right. Yeah.
So show of hands, are all your kids fans of all of your respective music and everything? Do they love it? Or?
Yes.
My daughter likes more probably Backstreet Boys. My younger daughter can recite probably more words of Backstreet than NSYNC, 100%.
My oldest daughter, I have caught her multiple times. She'll have her iPad and her AirPods in, and I can see her mouthing words, and I'll just sneak behind her, and she's watching NSYNC like nonstop, and I'm like, oh really? And she's a fan of all music. She loves Boyz II Men. She loves Daddy's Group, and she loves NSYNC. The first album my oldest daughter ever learned all the words to was the Beatles' White Album. So she's got a good a good ear for really good music. So
awesome.
Oh yeah.
I have, like, again, keep putting this out there. I have 9 kids and 7, listen, 7 of them sing. 7 of them can sing. What I do as a father influences my kids to want to do what daddy does. I don't encourage them because, again, the industry is a beast, you know?
Yeah.
But if their passion guides them in that direction, I'll support them 120,000%.
Well, they definitely got your genes. They ain't no
Oh,
doubt
yeah.
about
For
it.
sure.
There's something
I
going
wish
on in
I
here.
had that gene.
Yep.
You know, there's something going on in here that just produces music, and I thank God for that.
It's funny. I was just watching a TikTok of teenagers today listening to, you know, us and Backstreet and just kind of like giving their opinions on it. And it's so funny to see that this age teenagers are so into our music today. That's like almost 30 years old. It's come back. But it's really funny to see these kids kind of freaking out over our music today.
Is there a group text that you guys are all on?
It's like everybody's in all these different group text
But
messages.
the best group text is the 4 of us without Joey.
Aww,
That's true.
So mean.
They don't tell me about that text message.
I'm not the biggest fan of group text because, like, when I'm not involved, the conversation keeps going and my phone just keeps going off, and it's so freaking annoying. It's like, if I'm in it and I'm talking, fine, but when I stop talking and they keep going, it's like, oh God, guys, just stop. Take me off for a minute. Take me off for a second.
What would you say is the biggest difference between where you guys are now collectively versus when you all first launched your respective groups? Is it the kids or?
I just think you're doing it for, you know, more reasons. And that is, you're doing it for your family now. You're doing it for your kids. You know, you want to give them something that you didn't have. So I think it means a lot more to you these days than it did, 25 years ago. And going back to those early days of living together in a house in Orlando, where we were just, practicing every day, singing, not knowing what the future was going to hold, not even knowing what our sound really was yet, touring around with different sounds. I mean, even techno we played with.
If it was pop, I don't know what we were doing.
We even played instruments at one point, and we're like, okay, no, that's not going to be fun. But just finding yourself, I think, was really fun in the really early days.